So my first question is like, when you thought about becoming a sound designer, sir, how that journey started?
Yeah. Uh, it's not like when I became. I think when I was a child, uh, and in ads and in commercials, TV ads, like I understood like TV serials, TV films. Somehow the voices comes, but what about animation? And I used to play video games. I always wonder where from the voices or the sound comes. I ask my parents and I ask my siblings. They say always say कि ये camera का जादू है or like TV's magic or something. I always had the curiosity ki where from the sound is happening, or I understand like those things is there, but so everyone's parents as usual like concentrate on your academics. So someone wants to me to become doctor, someone wants me to be engineer. So I kept on studying, but somehow fortunately I think I fallen into a film institute, and there like I studied sound engineering, and on the fourth semester, we need to attend Kolkata Film Festival, and that's like part of the course or something. So there, like you need to watch 4 films a day for a week or 10 days. So end of the day, you watch somewhere around 28 to 35 very good films from the great directors from across the world. And as a learner that time, and still I'm learning, but that time like the curiosity is full and you want to learn more, more, more. And you are exposed to some greatest of the greatest cinemas, and you explore cultures, minds, and the way the story is being told with the वो होता है ना like on top of that the sound like, and I realized how sound is actually helping in building the story in so subconsciously in every film, every good film. And I think that's the keyest point in my life, and I realized that time only कि यही करना है boss, this is the thing I want to do. And because it is something very meditative, I felt it's like meditation, and जिसको आप कभी देख नहीं सकते हो, you can only feel it. And if your feel is true and connected, rooted to the film, then only it can progress to the conclusion. That I think that's where I felt okay, I should be sound designer.
It's such a great thing, sir, as you said. Like the images, it feel distance, but if we want to feel emotion in something, the
Yeah.
sounds are the thing that we feel emotion. So,
Yeah.
sir, so there are a lot of designations such as sound editing, sound design, sound mixing. So, what is the difference between them, sir?
Yeah, so like all are part of sound department only. So there is one more is dialogue editing, like nowadays. So what happens like your film comes to, when you are a director and the editor, both when edits the film and when it comes to us, then it comes like only scratch, like and then we discuss on the meeting key how it should be progress or how it should go. Then we have a team like sound editors, dialogue editors, designers, and mixing engineer, and plus on top of that dubbing engineers, if we need to dub somewhere. So nowadays most of the films are like sync sound films, so somewhere like 80 to 90% we capture from the sync, I mean location only. But on top of that, sometimes somewhere technical glitch, for example, you are saying something, for example, मैं खाना खा रहा था, all of a sudden two horns blew, pop, 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 and then you need to dub that. So that way like we need dubbing engineer also, or on top of that, if you want some creative ideas, नहीं ऐसा होना चाहिए, वॉइस ओवर इधर से आना चाहिए, और कहीं से बोल के जा रहा है कोई, तो we will record those things on a dubbing studio. Now sound editor's main job is to like put all the sound effects. Now what is sound effects? Sound effects is like bird sound, uh, your clapping, your everything which does not have dialogue. That is sound editor's job to put there. Now dialogue editor's job is like whatever is been recorded on location, all the dialogues needs to sound good, smooth, clean on a big screen theater. Then the designer comes, designer from the very first day, the designer sits with both of them and then guides them, ki, no, change this bird. No, crow should not be there. Now this is a love making scene, for love making scene, as in like two, one couple is sitting on in a park, and if he introduce crows like cow, 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 ladka wants to say I love you, and cow, 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 then no, it should be sweet bird. So that way, like you use of elements in such a way ki the story should move. So and in dialogue also, like if extreme processing through the digital audio, whatever we are having now, then we lose the tonality. Then you need to control those. Then everything, when it's done nicely, then it goes to the mixing table where he gets like 300, 400 tracks of sound effects, dialogue, and everything, music, and then it's clubbed together and send it into a required format. For example, stereo 5.1, Atmos, whatever. So that's it. In a very simple and
Great, great, great.
yeah.
Sir, what are the tools and equipment that are used by you? Sound design.
Uh, See, the main digital workstation, there are plenty of them, but currently the mainstream engineers prefer like Pro Tools. There is one audio workstation, and so that's like one platform. You can say that's the field where you will use all your tools in between in that field. So inside Pro Tools, there are many plugins. Now, what is plugin? So you can say like a painter uses various colors to give shade to their painting. We use various plugins to give shade to the waveforms. The audio waveforms. So that way we use plugins. Nowadays, like in sync sound, suppose there is a very intense scene, and the artist is there, and the camera is focused on his eyes. We can hear his breath, and we are zooming in into his eyes. All of a sudden, in the its location, in location, one crow has cow, cow, cow. Then all of a sudden we will distract it to that cow, right? But nowadays we have some tools, or we have some softwares, for example, RX from Isotope. You can exclusively go there and bring that crow out and keep the breaths there, and still you can use that track. So you can keep the director's intention, the idea, how he conceived the idea, is still the originality and everything. So that's how we use various tools.
Sir, can you walk us through your creative process from receiving a brief to delivering the final sound design?
Sorry, from beginning to end, how it happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From a brief, like from a script to how you produce it, the sound designing the director wants.
Yeah, so this is like quite a big topic to discuss on, because every film comes with their new ideas and new way, and every film is itself is a different thing. So at first, like when we receive the script, we go through the script many times, like individually, we read the script, and then we sit for meeting, and then director narrates, and director says his ideas, like how he has thought of it or why he is thinking to make it. Then we have time in between that phase to the final thing. Then shoot starts, like after that shoot starts, or sometimes post shoot the thing comes. If the shoot starts, then shoot itself is a process where you learn many things, or you discover many ideas ki how it will be done in later stages. But if like post shoot it comes to you, then again, like you read the script, you thorough the script, you understood the script, and then you sit for the meeting. Director gives his brief, like how I want and what I want, and then you also give your inputs, like okay, so I was thinking this way, and will it help or will it not help? Then with all those permutation and combination and everything, we come to some conclusion ki, okay, this sounds more authentic, or this is how we should approach the film. Then director and editor locks the film, locks as in like this is the lock cut, this is the film, And in we say reel wise also, the film we divide into 20 minutes and then it comes to us. Then the film comes to us, and then we start processing with basic things, only basic things. And once the basic things, now what is basic things? Basic things is जो दिख रहा है आपको वो सुनाई देना चाहिए. It's very simple. That's the basic thing. Now जो दिख रहा है वो सुनाई नहीं देना चाहिए, कुछ और ही सुनाई देना चाहिए. That is advanced thing. That is unconventional. You know, like uh, that is needed when the story actually demands, like where you want to pull the attention to, where you bring the attention from there to here through sound, like, so that is advanced. But first, basic things should be there. Now where you want to mute, where you want to keep on continuing, that's different. So this processes like dialogue editing simultaneously will happen. We start writing crowd dubs. कौन किधर क्या बोलेगा? Who will say? कौन समय पे हॉकर चिल्लाएगा कि मत ये ले लो, मछली ले लो, something ले लो, कब चिल्लाएगा? Everything is scripted. Like we design that way. Like how many? Suppose if it's like 50 people, then we'll bring 50 people on screen we are watching. Then we'll make it like 200, 300 people are there, which we cannot see through camera lens, but we can hear it, we can feel it. So that way we design the things. And then finally, once everything is locked with the director, we submit it to the mixing guy, the mix guy, who finally adjust every tone, tonality, levels, with everything technical thing, and the final outcome goes through the mixing engineer, and your final sound is ready. That's how.
So, sir, as a sound in sound, like, who do you collaborate with the most? Like with editors, directors, cinematographers?
It's always directors, like the most collaboration happens with the director, because see, that's the mummy of the film, mother of the film, because she or he has conceived the idea. And so it's always it's very good. And I think everyone collaborates mostly with the directors only, and then everyone, like, yeah.
Sir, let's talk about your films, the few films which you have done. First of all, and towards Happy Alice, it's a documentary. So, sir, tell me your experience in this film, sir.
Uh, yeah. Srimoy, like Srimoy's and Towards Happy Alice is really nice documentary, but there are many different kinds of documentaries, like direct to public documentary, or it's like voiceover oriented documentary. Very different types of documentary, but this documentary is why different and why new and why interesting, you can say, because the whole documentary itself is like a poem. Yeah, as if it's like a song, as if the words of song, you can say. The way, the shots, the way even Jafar Panahi, how the way he comes, and how it's been taken, and how Iranian government is against films and all, with the old nice songs from various Iranian films, and with the way it's been portrayed. I think it's amazing. Like it's not a documentary. It's like Sri Moi's 7 years of meditation sadhanas. Something has came out. Yeah,
And anyone who doesn't know, it was shown in Berlin Film Festival this year, and it's a great documentary. And Shirome is a great
yeah,
filmmaker. And sir, your experience in Trial by Fire, sir, which is a web series.
yeah, yeah. Trial by Fire is very close to my heart, and Prasan Nair, first I want to say thank you to Prasan for bringing in such a wonderful, as in it's very painful also, painful because of the what has happened, and but the way it's been shown, I think some way somehow the justice has been given through through the web series to the distressed parents, like, or the victims who has suffered. uh, Also, I want to tell you, like, in the whole universe, if you say like who is the sweetest director, I think Prasant is one of them. Like, he's very sweet person, plus he's very what to say, he's one of the greatest observers. For a director, he should be a very good observer, and he is one of those observers. He observed the things, the way Neelam moves into the screen, the way Sekhar goes, everything, their gesture to way they look, to everything. It's so nicely controlled and it still looks so real and realistic, you know. So it's amazing. Like Trial by Fire is Trial by Fire. What to say? Yeah.
Sir, is there a difference between when you do a documentary and you do a web series? Is there a difference in process?
Yeah. In process, yeah. See, the main thread is always remains same. Whether it's a documentary, TV series, or it's a film, the main thread always remains same. But the approach may differ. For example, in a documentary, we what is documentary? Documentary is basically a documentation of something. You documented those things. So it's always important to keep that very much real rustic, you know, the rusticness of the shots or how it is being portrayed or whatever, but it's still keeping that, and still you have to do the flow in documentary. In web series, like, uh, you have the benefit of not keeping it real also. You have an option where you can, you are not compulsive to make it real. You can go extend. It's like film. You can, where in film you can go very extend. In web series also you can go very extend. But there are some technical variations, like audio technical variations in film and web series, where uh, like your DB cannot cross this thing in web series, but in film your DB can go there. So that's the only difference in film and web series. But in documentary, the process is, yeah, a bit different.
And sir, how many days it takes to like complete the sound of a film?
Uh, it again depends, like how massive the film is or how small the film is. Uh, but still, like, on an average, 2 months for sound design it generally takes, from beginning process to end process. And
And
plus,
sir, please continue, sir.
yeah, and plus, like, 10, not 10, like 2 weeks to 21 days or 20 days mix it takes. 2 months plus 2 weeks. You can say.
And sir, you work alone and you have a team.
We have a team. So uh, there are many guys. Like, I have sound editors and I have, like, dialogue editors. Then we have very good friends. Mixing engineer, his name is Boloy, who has mixed RRR. Then we have also music team. His name is Naren Chandavarkar, who has done Urta Punjab, then Patal Lok, now Hira Mandi. So our studio's name is Moonweave Studios. It's one of the finest studio in Mumbai, and I think it's the finest studio in Mumbai nowadays. So, and we have Benedict Taylor. He's also into music. So our team is like that. Then in dialogues we have Arun. Then in sound edit we have Pragyan. So yeah.
And sir, if somebody wants to like assist you and wants to join the team, like how they can approach you and what are the qualities that you look in them?
Yeah, many guys comes, but the only thing is, like, see, I always feel you should, first thing, you should be interested. I mean, like, आप किसी से भी पेंटिंग नहीं करवा सकते हो. So first उसके अंदर वो, that thing should be there in him or her. But many guys has that thing. They have the interest, but the interest itself builds with the time. You know, like, it's like, uh, some tedious work if I give them. For example, ये complete location का 3 TB का फाइल है, 3 टेराबाइट का फाइल है, इसमें से मुझे ये चीज निकाल के दो, तो उसको you just imagine he have to listen to some 10-15,000 different audio clips and to find out those things. मतलब when it's needed करना पड़ेगा. If you're interested, you will do. I was interested, I have done, like, so that those things are very important. How deep you are into it, and if you're deep into it, then definitely, yeah, I welcome like many young talents. Please join.
So one more project which you have worked in, and I think he's one of the most important Indian filmmakers, Chaitanya Tamhane, the disciples. Sir. How was your experience in that?
Chaitanya, definitely. Chaitanya is also, on a different level of directors. I think Disciple itself is so beautifully crafted film. Uh, the struggle to find him, or the protagonist, like, the way it's been woven, like every single shots it's been woven and finally made into a film, which makes so sense. And on deep of that, many subconsciously many sound layers are happening, which is just holding every single scene. And this is only possible because of Chaitanya Tamhane kind of director. And I know him since his first short film, Six Strands, long back, I think 2012 or 13, somewhere Darjeeling, it's been shot. It's such an amazing short film. I think like very rare to see those kind of short films. Please see if you can find in internet. I don't know.
It was in movie. I've seen the. It's Nepali. It's
It's
speaking.
Nepali,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, it's very nice. Like he has it. I think that time he was very young, and the maturedness he has uh, for the visuals, not only like sound, not only like colors, everything, like from costume to colors to the color of walls to everything. Like he has that maturity. Wonderful, wonderful. Chetan is.
So, are you doing any other projects right now?
Yeah, I am doing one film, actually two films. One is Kalki 2898 AD of Nag Aswin, and second one I am doing is Sabar Bonda, The Arms of a Man. And interestingly, that's going to Marche du Cannes. It's already selected there. So yeah, these two films. And
So, sir, please can you recommend few films, your favorite films and filmmakers? Like it's like your favorite films. I'll ask another question, which will be your favorite films related to sound, but it's like right now your favorite films and filmmakers.
I think this is the toughest thing to answer because so many good films and so many amazing directors. But I want to mention like Krzysztof Kieslowski. I want to keep him on top. He's one. He is a person who actually pulled me to cinema very much. Then there are many like David Lynch. David, I can count. I can keep on naming guys. Then of course Prasanth Nair and of course Chaitanya Tamhane are also my favorite. Then yeah, many films like Ingmar Bergman too. Many guys like I can keep on saying Martin Scorsese to everyone. Like yeah,
A film where you think the sound has been used very like for the narrative, not for just anything else. For the narrative, the sound has been used very good. A film.
any film, any specific film. Uh, hmm. So see, like this is tough, huh? This is actually tough because there are many films where sound has been used very nicely and very sensibly. Uh, Again, it depends on like what genre of the film are you following into. Like because many soft genres of the film has also very good sound, and very like action oriented, action packed films also has very good sound, like only if you see the sound, like hear the sound. For example, Mad Max Fury has also very good sound. For example, The Dune has also very good sound. For example, like The Tribe, the genre is different, the Ukrainian film, the sound is very good. For example, Mirror. Again, the genre is different, but the sound is very good. So even the Bergman's films, the sound is so deep, documented kind of thing. Again, the sound is very good. Yeah, those times, those facilities weren't there, the technology weren't there, but still the idea, the way it's been kept is really very good. So there are plenty of films like with very good sound, you know.
Sir, if somebody wants to watch a film and they want to learn how sound designing is done, what advice would you give to them? How they can learn sound designing by watching a film?
Yeah. See, the uh, first thing is like if the sound is very good, no, if the sound is supremely good, you will never notice the sound. The moment you notices the sound, oh, ये sound अच्छा लगा ना, that's not good sound. The sound is should flow, flow with the thing. You should move with the thing. If you are keep on noting, if it's a big blast, I mean, if the genre is very sci-fi and blast is happening, and you couldn't hear the blast also, then it's not good sound. Visuals are caring, but sound is not caring. Oh, that should happen. But if you're pinpointly, oh, clock baj raha hai, oh, chiriya ud rahi hai, that's not good sound. So to understand sound, like you should immerse yourself first with the cinema. Second time, you felt कि हाँ, it was so good. कहीं मतलब this is one of my favorite film kind of. If you feel like, see it again through sound. अब सिर्फ watch it through, hear it through sound. Like, okay, this is nice. This is how where the breath are coming. You are getting closer to the character. Slowly, you are hearing the breath also. So those things are important. Like, you know, to watch a film in sound ways. Yeah.
So, sir, my last question is, if somebody wants to become a sound designer, like what advice would you give to them?
Yeah. The first thing I will advise them is like they have to be very good observer of sound. They should observe. Now, observing sound does not happen just in a click kind of thing. One should actually observe. For example, you are on a mountain riverside, you should feel it, like you should hear it, how the wind of trees of those pine cones, how it's sounding, and how people trees wind flow happening, how the hilly river water is flowing down, and how the lake sound is happening, how the temple's bell is different than the church bell is different. So the observe sound in such a way that it fits into your mind, and when the project comes on your table, then you are not confused because you already observed those things. So for observing things, traveling is very important. One should travel various places, one should learn various cultures, one should know how people live. Then only your sound design will become very very what to say, like very depth wala, like because you already have gathered so many infos from various parts of the world. So this is one of the most important thing I feel. Second is like you should always carry one portable recorder with yourself. Like the way you never forget your mobile phone, same in a way you should not forget your portable recorder also. So many of the times it happens like you are traveling somewhere and you feel like, oh shit, मैं recorder लाता तो ये इतना अच्छा sound था. So that should never happen. Always you should have your recorder and you record that thing and keep your library yourself. Like एक library बनाना चालू करना चाहिए. You clean that thing and make it named properly. Write the sample rates, कितने frequency पे इसको record क्या है. Complete metadata ready and keep it as your library. Like you have, and that will वो बहुत use होता है like in the process of sound designing. And and of course, yeah, watch films. Same film many times. Like not कि देख लिया खत्म हो गया. Watch again, and then you will discover good sound and you will become good sound designer.
Okay, great. Sir, thank you so much, sir, for joining.
Yeah.